Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Over the hills we go, laughing all the way. All right, welcome to day 24 of the What's on Tap Advent Calendar.
Christmas Eve, true Christmas, the one and only Christmas.
The day before we celebrate Christmas, give thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, celebrate His birthday, and open presents. Unlike you filthy Philistines that live in Sweden who open them on the eve before.
What? We open a presents this evening.
Right. The day before Christmas. Like crazy people.
Today is present day.
Tomorrow's present day.
No.
Today is the gift of anticipation.
No, tomorrow is the day when all the presents have melted away.
All right.
There are no presents to go.
Well, today is our last present, and I'll let you open this one. So you can...
The last beer of the calendar.
Yes.
Wrapped by you.
It was wrapped by me.
There's a cork. I don't remember. Is this Apothecary?
It is Apothecary. You only say that because it says so on the label.
I recognize the label. Ooh, Tache. A wild... Oh, no. It's the beer formerly known as Tache.
It is the beer formerly known as the Tache.
A wild fermentation ale brewed with honey, aged in wine and brandy barrels.
Yes.
Handmade in Bend, Oregon.
Yes.
And it is 8.73%.
And this is the July
25th, 2019 bottled. A vintage batch oak barrel brewery. Okay, this is just a description of the brewery. We have had several ale apothecaries, and all of them have been good, basically.
Yeah, and this is the first one we've had on the show.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure on this one. And it is so when a few earlier this year, one of the web shops had like 5 El Apothecary beers you could order, and I ordered them all. And apparently no one else did. And so I've been like kind of slowly pulling them out to enjoy. Actually, I think I've had most of them with you.
I think so too.
And this one was... Oh, it smells so good. It smells so lambic-y, Venice deliciousness. The color is light, light yellow, strawy kind of.
Yep, very citrusy, sour notes, which remind me more of my beloved Three Fontainen than it does of like Cantillon.
Yeah, I would say this has a very J. Fontaine aroma to it, which fills me with excitement.
It's a very good aroma.
Yes, and I went through and I had quite a few of these El Apothecary beers, and this was the one that I looked at and went, we're really going to appreciate it. Hopefully we'll really, really enjoy this beer.
That's
so,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Stefan.
Yeah. It is sweet. Was it honey?
Yeah, and the wine and brandy barrels really come through. It's very acidic with a salivating feeling.
Yeah. It's not puckeringly sour, but there definitely is a sour tang to it from the wine barrels in particular.
Yeah.
But you get the honey as well. So you get this nice sweet up front with this very winey, slightly vinegary, brandy kind of notes in the finish.
Mm-hmm. They have a very specific way that their sours taste. I've only had sours from them. I don't know if they do anything else.
I don't know if they do either. It feels like they're primarily a sour ale. Maybe they have a mead or something based on the honey kind of thing. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know them as a sour brewery.
Yeah. It's really good. When I'm sitting here looking at the cork and the inside of the cork, I mean the bottom of the cork, is really messed up. It has these weird bubbles in it, like the sour beer has genuinely affected. It doesn't look. There's like, I don't mean mold. There are many Cantillon bottles. It's just a messed up cork in a beautiful way.
Yeah. The inoculation is really taken to the cork.
Yes.
And I feel bad about drinking it this early. I feel like we're drinking it way too young.
You mean we should have saved it for a year or two?
Oh, I would say like 5 years.
Maybe all of the good sourness would have dissipated and we would have gone, yeah, no, it's a...
Maybe. But yeah, I think this could have lasted a couple of years. Definitely. And have a couple of more bottles of different styles still, so we'll revisit them in another year or so.
Nice.
But I think Apothecary is doing really good stuff. I'm super enjoying this beer. This is a sipper. This is not a. This is not a quaffable beer.
And sippers really are the beers for the Christmas season.
Yeah.
It's cold outside. We don't have an open fire.
Oh my God.
You have a fireplace.
I have a fireplace.
It can't be used, right?
No, it can be used, but the problem is Swedish apartments are so well insulated that I would have to turn off all of the radiators for at least a day to let this place get cold enough that if I turned on the fire, if I actually lit a fire, we wouldn't just boil in our skins because it gets so crazy warm in here. Plus, because it's an open fire pit, kind of, the smoke permeates the apartment too. Yeah, so it, even though the flue works really well and takes up the smoke, there is a lingering smokiness after you use the fireplace. I've only used it once or twice, and that was enough.
Yeah, I get it. But sipping beers are really meant to be enjoyed in front of an open fireplace.
Relaxing.
No stress.
Yeah.
There's been so much stress this year.
This year has been super intense.
Yeah. Corona has put... Both you and I can do our jobs remotely.
Mm-hmm.
But it's put a different kind of stress on it all, where when we worked in offices, everything moved kind of through syrup just because of, oh no, we need to have a meeting, let's book a meeting. Now people just call you up in the middle of work like, emergency. They didn't do that before.
No, it was almost like people respected the fact that you were doing work. And now it's just like everything's an emergency and you're instantly reachable. It's like, no, there's still a process.
Yes.
Just because it's an emergency for you doesn't make it an emergency for me. And quite honestly, it's probably not an emergency. Let's just take it into the process. Let's just slow things down. Let's look at what's happening. Let's, move through it.
Exactly. Because if you sat in an office landscape working in the zone, people could see it, because when they approached you, you did not react. You stared intently on your computer screen and just got shit done. Now people don't see you do that, and everything is pushed to
because it's top of mind for them, so therefore they need to have it addressed.
Yes.
And it's like, well, let's just work this into a process, and it's going to be okay.
It's been a stressful year. But this isn't the last episode of the year.
No, it's not. Since this is the 24th, we'll have at least one more episode next week, and then we'll have our New Year episode.
Exactly.
And, keep going forward.
Yeah.
One episode a week.
So it being so close to the end of the year, it's easy for me to start reminiscing on the year. But I'll actually...
We'll save that. We have the Reminiscing of the Year episode next week.
Exactly.
So we'll save that for next week. We'll do the Reminiscing of the Year.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
We'll just enjoy Christmas. Not worry about 2020.
2021.
I don't want to worry about 2021. I meant worrying about how 2020 has been. That's for the Reminiscing episode.
Yeah. We'll flip back.
Now I've started worrying about 2021.
It's going to be better.
It has to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, we didn't rate this. What do we rate this?
Strong 425? Maybe 4.5. 4.10. I don't know. It's very good. It's a high rating. What do you give it?
I think it's had a little time to sit, open up a little bit. Not quite as sour as it was. The honey and floral notes are coming through a little bit better. I'm going to go 4.5.
I'll keep this in my glass for after we stop recording. And I might increase it to a 4.5 as well.
Okay.
Because it's heading there.
Yeah. I think as it breathes a little and oxygenates, it's opening up and really presenting more flavors. Whereas at first it was like really, really sour, and the honey and the cognac were not quite as prevalent. But I think now that it's had a little time to breathe, and as we continue after this episode for a little bit longer, I think it's really going to open up and really bloom.
It's definitely heading there. I like when a beer improves after opening. Some beers, like low carbonated imperial stouts, kind of go downwards. They start to become stale and stuff. But some beers, it shouldn't. Maybe it wasn't that cold when we opened it.
No,
but it wins on getting more heated.
It definitely does. I think some stouts, like you said, when they get, if they're too cold, they need a little time to come up to temperature, and then they progressively get better.
Yeah.
Some stouts don't. I think IPAs can also be that way. If you get them super cold, then you're missing a lot of the textures of the beer. And I think Guz or Wild Ales are also very much in that kind of caliber. You need to oxygenate them, and that's why you see people buying special decanters for Guz and Lambics. And I will say, they do make a difference. If you have a decanter for a Lambic or a Guz, you're really going to it's going to mellow it out. It's going to soften it quite a bit, and it's going to bring out a lot of those floral and herbal notes that may be hidden otherwise. So if you've never decanted one of those style beers, you should really try it at least once, or oxygenate them in some way.
It's a good suggestion.
Okay, so 4.5 all around. Merry Christmas.
It'll probably end up there, yes.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas, Martin.
Merry Christmas, Stefan.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearePodsyndicate.com.